welcome to you in your own homes and watch parties. From the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts, the crowning jewel of the Cypress Creek Cultural District. In these puzzling times, we all might be wondering what we can do to ensure that important, creative, life-enhancing community resources that all of us have worked so hard to bring into being can continue and flourish amid whatever the new normal is becoming. We are so happy to be here with you on a shared journey to strengthen our neighborhood and to keep the future of the Pearl shining bright. Thank you for your generosity and for the gift of your presence. This is a landmark event for the Pearl, as this new virtual platform hosts the museum's most important fundraising event of the year. The annual Pearls of Art Gala raises approximately half of the yearly operating funds necessary to keep fine art experiences free and accessible to our residents and school children. It is a tall order, but we are ready to tackle it all together.
Hello, and welcome to the home of the Pearl Fincher Museum, to your homes. The whole world is experiencing unprecedented, life-altering changes. Our museum, like so many other organizations, has been finding innovative new pathways for connecting with the community we serve. Fortunately, the museum knows a thing or two about creativity. Sparked by the March stay-at-home orders to stop the spread of coronavirus, we immediately launched Pearl at Home, a virtual gateway for you and your family to interact with each other through art. The staff jumped right into the astounding world of cyberspace and began developing virtual art education projects to help families with the daunting task of homeschooling and finding new ways to help us feel safe at home rather than just stuck at home. Virtual tours of our museum exhibits have taken the Pearl to faraway places, to people in countries that we never imagined we would reach. Best of all, we are very happy that we have reopened the museum to the public, following strict health guidelines, of course, ensuring that our patrons can visit safely. The Pearl is an important gathering place for our community and a center for lifelong learning. We hope that each one of you will schedule a visit very soon. It is wonderful to be able to provide you with those irreplaceable firsthand experiences with fine art again, and to bring art to you through the wonders of the internet. The Pearls of Art Gala is the museum's major fundraising event each year. Your support of this annual endeavor is what brings art to the heart of Northwest Houston. You are the key to our continuing success. We are deeply grateful for your generous financial gifts and for your vital hands-on volunteer support. Thank you to our talented and resilient staff, our exemplary board of directors, and our exemplary board chairman, and our dedicated gala committee. On behalf of all of us who love the Pearl, thank you. And a huge thank you to Anise Wadsky and Elizabeth Nagar for your positive, dynamic leadership. Little did you know that you would be chairing not one, but 2 galas in the same year. And you have done it all with tremendous grace and encouraging smiles. Thank you, Anise and Elizabeth, and thank you, our Pearl Museum family.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Nagar, and I'm so honored to be a part of this wonderful event with my mom. As the daughter of a self-professed art lover, I have seen my fair share of museums in my time. What I love about the Pearl is that it's open to everyone. You can see art, you can create art, you can experience art, and you can learn about art. It's just a phenomenal way to spend time with your family or friends, or even as a treat for yourself. Although this is not how we envision this year's gala, the show must go on. There's something for everyone in our silent auction. Please click on the link on your screen to see everything that's available and to place your bids. If you're not in the market for anything new, we hope you will make a donation to support the work and activities of the Pearl Museum. It's a true jewel in the Northwest Houston community.
Hi, I'm Anise Wadsky, and I am the co-chair with my daughter Elizabeth Nagar for the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts Gala for 2020, a party in the Garden of Monet. In 2004, when Clara Lewis asked me to be on the board of a startup museum, she did not know that art was a passion of mine. I grew up in Greenville, Mississippi, and we didn't have an art museum there. And my first exposure to an art museum came when my uncle took me to the Cleveland Art Museum in Cleveland, Ohio. The visit literally changed my life. It exposed me to a wide range of art in many different forms: medieval, armor, Egyptian relics, paintings. It was just a very special day for me. And I also saw my first Monet painting of the water lilies in the museum. I've been fortunate in my life to travel around to all over the US, Europe, Asia, and Central America. Before I go on a trip, I always Google the place I'm going so I can plan what art I want to visit while I'm there. One of the reasons that I love the Pearl so much is that it's 10 minutes from my house, and the exhibitions have been so varied, from African gold, paintings in oil and watercolors, pop art, quilts, and much, much more. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy the Pearl's first ever virtual gala.
Why art? But why not art? Art makes our life enriched. Art gives us value. Art inspires us to do things when we just don't feel like going on. Art causes us to feel. Art causes us to be more real. And here, as we talk about art, we're at the pearl. What is the pearl? Well, a pearl is a beautiful gem. And we have in our community a gem. It's made into artwork. Imagine Barbara Bush with her string of pearls. Where would she be as our First Lady without that string of pearls? That is art in motion. Gems are valuable, and this is a valuable asset for our community. But a pearl is a very unique type of a gem. As Clara likes to say, it is the only living gem formed out of life, as opposed to being formed out of pressure in the depth of the earth. So a pearl comes about through culture. And culture is what the pearl is all about. We have an enriched culture because of the pearl, and we need to keep it and to maintain it. But as we also talk about the pearl, not only is it a gem, not only is it a culture, but the pearl was a person. We have it named after Pearl Fincher, who inspired us to have this great, beautiful place that we can share with the next generation and the generation after that and the generations to come with your help. And as persons, we all need to work together to make sure that our culture is strong and we keep our gems in our midst. Welcome to the Pearl. Why art? What is art? It's a pearl.
As Houstonians keep finding out over and over, we are surrounded by a cloud of heroes who work tirelessly for our well-being each and every day. Some of those heroes are seen, some are pivotal forces for good out of the public's view, constantly and thoughtfully working behind the limelight. Such heroes for good are our Pearls of Art Gala honorees. Tom Brown, Grants Director for the Hamill Foundation, played a pivotal role in the beginning of the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts. Without his initial introduction for us to the late Dr. Peter Marzio, who was director for the Museum of Fine Arts Houston, it is highly unlikely that we would be enjoying today the presence of a fine arts museum, the caliber of the Pearl, in the heart of the Cypress Creek community. The Hamill Foundation has been providing life-giving support for the Pearl since our first exhibition in 2008, and for important Northwest area charities such as the Northwest Assistance Ministries and Boys and Girls Country. Our lives and the lives of so many others have been profoundly enriched by the commitment and support of the foundation and the vision and opening of new pathways through which our residents can experience great art and art education. We are deeply grateful and extremely pleased to honor the Hamill Foundation and Tom Brown. Thank you for the great good that you do to make the world a better place.
Well, hello, I'm Tom Brown with the Hamill Foundation. On behalf of the directors of the Hamill Foundation, we appreciate being honored tonight at your gala, even if it's in a virtual format. The COVID-19 pandemic has made all of us adjust our lives with working remotely, Zoom meetings, and wearing a mask to the grocery store. But America and Houston are strong and resilient, and they will survive this crisis and flourish again. Founded in 1969 by Claude and Marie Hamill, following the death of their only child, the Hamill Foundation is among the 10 largest foundations in Houston. Since being funded from their estates in 1999, we have given out over $150 million in grants to Houston-based nonprofits, including the Pearl. We think the Hamills would be pleased with their legacy. Clara Lewis gives me more credit than I deserve in the creation of the Pearl when she asked me to introduce her to the late Peter Marzio, then director of the Museum of Fine Arts Houston. I called Peter on behalf of Clara, and we met at the MFA. She told Peter of her group's vision to bring fine arts to the 1960 community. He said if her group would raise their own money and build the museum to MFA specifications, that the MFA would provide a quarterly traveling exhibit from their art collection. Peter told me years later that Clara and her early Pearl supporters were the only suburban group to ever follow through. The MFA has held up their end of the bargain by providing the promised exhibitions. When Clara called me about being honored, in addition to honoring the Hamill Foundation, she said to just tell my story and how I got here. So here goes. My life has been shaped in 3 areas: academics, leadership traits, and a strong work ethic. I grew up in a middle-class neighborhood in Schenectady, New York. Top grades were always a goal of mine. I was the top boy in my high school class and spoke at my high school graduation. My family didn't have the money to send me to a private university, but I won 3 scholarships and was able to go to Syracuse. In order to cover expenses, I also worked as a pot washer and a dishwasher in a sorority house. I'm the first in my family to graduate from a 4-year university, and as far as college grades, I graduated magna cum laude with a BS in mechanical engineering. In closing, people ask me, how did I get the job as grants director after a background as an engineer with an oil company? And do I miss the oil field part? I was having a very good career at Shell when the president of Claude Hamill's oil company called and asked if I wanted to run their production department. He said I'd been recommended by a very senior engineer at Shell that I'd worked with on an Alaskan project. I always held that other engineer in awe, and I guess he must have seen something in me. Anyway, I became VP of Drilling and Production at Hamill Resources for 20 years, and now the last 20 years as grants director for the foundation. But I don't miss the midnight phone calls, driving through a blizzard or the mud to get to a rig, and we don't drill any more dry holes. I enjoy my job immensely and operate in a conversational style while I listen for a group's greatest needs. I particularly like to encourage the leaders of the groups we fund and act as an unspoken mentor. After all, somebody saw something in me along the way. So that's my story, and thank you again for the honor.
Hello, this is Gary Tintoro, Director of the Museum of Fine Arts Houston. Delighted to wish all of our friends at the Pearl Fincher Museum happy anniversary and congratulations on your continued success. Wishing you all the best from our Monet Garden to yours.
As we move, breathe, and have our being, we find art lifts us and encourages us along the way. As part of that encouragement, we want to give you a snippet of some of the history and background of the Pearl. Enjoy this clip.
heals. Art defines people and culture. Art inspires compassion. Art knows no barriers, not social, economic, ethnic, intellectual, or physical or language barriers. For these reasons and more, the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Art has been bringing art to the heart of Northwest Houston since 2008. Encouraged by the inspiring Dr. Peter Marzio, who until his passing was director of Museum of Fine Arts Houston, the Pearl is the only fine arts museum in Harris County outside of the Museum District. In fact, our opening exhibition, Frederick Remington in the American West, was a loan from MFAH, and it set a high bar for the quality of the work we show. We have since hosted 55 additional world-class touring exhibitions in the museum's main gallery and the Rebecca Cole Gallery, and more than 100 professional community artist shows in the Marilyn Morgan Hillary Community Gallery, and more than 300 events, including the Wanda Pauling concert series, lectures, read-ins, community gatherings, and even weddings in our beautiful, freshly renovated facilities. The defining characteristic of our museum has always been great resilience and the commitment of its leaders and patrons to carry the Pearl's community mission forward in good times and in periods of great challenges. During the global pandemic, our staff jumped in to create art-at-home projects, virtual exhibition tours, and online art class instruction. Through online delivery, our reach is expanding. At the Pearl, we have 3 priorities: exhibitions, education, and community. As a non-collecting museum, we are committed to continually elevating the levels of our exhibits to new and greater heights. With school tours, workshops, art contests, and family programs, the museum fulfills a critical need for community art education opportunities, and we are actively expanding our School of Art and the scope of our educational services. Housed in a former Harris County Public Library building, the Pearl is a great source of community pride. Audiences include children, adults, and seniors from diverse backgrounds, many of whom would not otherwise be exposed to such high-caliber art. To continue our important mission of providing access to art, as well as inclusive educational and public programming, we need your support. Always free of charge, we rely on memberships and donations to stay open and available to the public we serve. Your generosity facilitates your museum's important work. Your support enables us to exhibit, to teach, to build community. You make it possible to have art in the heart of Northwest Houston.
Hello from the Harless home. We are so pleased to be part of this wonderful celebration today. The Pearl Fincher Museum is named for our mom. She believed that exposure to art could change a person's path in life by opening their heart and mind. It is such an honor to acknowledge, through the amazing lens of art, some of our community's bravest heroes. They have been caring for us during the COVID crisis that has impacted not only our community, but the world. The Pearl Fincher Museum is proud to recognize the first responders of Houston Methodist Willowbrook Hospital. The hospital and its frontline workers have sacrificed so much to care for our community. To show our appreciation for these dedicated individuals, the Pearl enlisted the talent of Anat Ronan, an Israeli-born Houston-based artist. Anat gained notoriety for her large-scale projects, including murals, public art, and street painting. Her realistic style will beautify the workspace of these first responders for years to come. We hope that the artwork will be as inspirational to the medical personality as they have been to us.
A strong community brings everyone together, and it is really a joy for us to see how many lives are being enriched and drawn together every day through the opportunities coming together offered through the museum. The sense of belonging leads to happier and healthier lives, creating a more supportive and flourishing environment. The arts, they break down barriers. They encourage participation and spark innovation, all important characteristics for a strong community. Methodist hospitals are pioneers in integrating the arts into the hospital environment as a tool for healing and caregiving. Houston Methodist is a trendsetter throughout the world, translating potentials of arts and medicine and healing for the healthcare environment. It's an honor for me to introduce my friend Keith Barber, the CEO of Houston Methodist Willowbrook Hospital, and the excellent frontline heroes in our medical community. We're grateful to you, and we thank you for your service to others.
Thank you, Sam and Patricia, and thanks to everyone. And thanks to our frontline workers who have given so much of themselves to ensure the safety and well-being of the residents of the great community that we serve. Art heals. Arts in healthcare is a diverse, multidisciplinary field dedicated to transforming the healthcare experience by connecting people with the power of the arts at key moments in their lives. This rapidly growing field integrates the arts, including literary, performing, and visual arts and design, into a wide variety of healthcare and community settings for therapeutic, educational, and expressive purposes. The visual arts have many intrinsic and instrumental benefits in healthcare. Research indicates that engaging in drawing and painting is an effective method for dealing with pain and other troubling symptoms of illness. As with all of the arts, engaging in the visual arts, providing opportunities for individuals to make choices and to be in control at a time when many things in their lives are beyond their control. One of the most sustaining outcomes of this long and arduous navigation through the COVID-19 epidemic has been the support our frontline workers have continued to receive from the community. We sincerely want to thank the Pearl Fincher Museum and the entire community for your confidence and your support. The artwork that is being created will be installed in the Houston Methodist Willowbrook hallways and will serve as a continuing reminder that working hand in hand, miracles can happen.
What a joy to be celebrating with you from our garden. We are so very happy and grateful to welcome you here. You are our heroes. One of the first museum fundraising events started in this very garden in 2006. A former board member called and asked if we would host a fundraising reception for the museum. Carol said, "What museum?" as we had not heard about it. The reception was to establish a volunteer group. It was a nice event and started our involvement with the museum. That evening led to the Pearl Volunteer Guild being formed, and they became a large group of heroes who continue to support the museum today. In 2008, the former Harris County Library was converted to a wonderful fine arts museum. It is the only fine arts museum in the greater Houston area outside the downtown museum district. You have created a gem in Northwest Houston that brings world-class art and education to the heart of our community.
The arts unify and add value to our community. The arts provide meaning to our lives. And we all experience the arts in unexpected places and ways, and this gathering is no exception. Museums are generally known for the visual arts, but the Pearl offers performance arts as well. Our precious dear friends, Wanda and Dr. Fred Pauling gifted the Pearl a beautiful Steinway grand piano, and Wanda established what has become our Pearlformance concert series. We have hosted outstanding performing groups like the ABC Trio, direct from Italy, harpist, chamber ensembles, performers from Houston Grand Opera, Commissioner Cagle's Shakespeare Group, and our very own maestro, Dr. Roger Keel, who presented a glorious Heavenly Holiday concert in December. What a delight to attend a lovely champagne reception in the Smith Foyer and then experience these performances in our main gallery, surrounded by world-class art. The museum has gone beyond expectations to bring something very special to our community.
We particularly want to express our thanks to those of you who have provided sponsorships for the 2020 Pearls of Art celebration, and for everyone who has contributed to our auction. We ask that each of you help us keep art in the heart of Northwest Houston with your financial support of our Fill the Heart Fund. Keep the heart of the Pearl strong. You are our community's heroes. Enjoy the party.
here we are, virtually, sort of, anyway, a new experience for all of us. But I'm here to tell you a little bit about what the Pearl means to me and how important I think it is for our community. My husband and I, Tom, and I feel very strongly that art offers so much for us. And to have a museum right here in our midst, right here in our neighborhood that's so easily accessible is absolutely wonderful. I was so lucky to grow up in a family where art was emphasized. My father worked in the art industry and he knew and worked with Norman Rockwell. And not only was it something, not only did we learn about art, but we also, it was a livelihood for us. We were dependent upon it. And the Pearl has so many programs for children. There's so much that children can experience that they might not in other venues. Emotion and other views and reaffirming their own views and their own feelings and experiencing something new. And it's just terrific that it's just right here in the neighborhood. With the art contest is available to the kids. The family days are available for the whole family. But all of this requires support from the community.
As we all know, the Pearl Museum does not charge any admission fees. The admission fees for most museums gives them some daily income and winds up being a pretty significant amount of their annual income. Without the admission fees, then basically the museum is dependent on us as members through our membership fees, through donations, personal donations that are made. We go out dialing for dollars and pounding on doors for contributions from corporations and charitable institutions or foundations and things. But the most of the money for the year comes from the gala. And this year, we're doing it virtually. It's something new. We've never done it before. We all hope we don't have to do it again. So while we're sitting at home, watching this and enjoying the evening, let's remember that the museum needs your help and support.
Hello, everyone. Hope you all are enjoying the first Pearl Virtual Gala. Also, welcome to the Foley backyard. We'll keep the view on this side because the yard on the other side is dedicated to grandchildren toys. Beautiful flowers, like beautiful art, have a great ability to bring a therapeutic sense of calm to many. My husband, Rick, is a physician, specifically a kidney specialist. Years ago, while completing construction on a dialysis unit, I decided it needed beautification. So I talked to local artist Deborah Mansfield, and she painted a 75-foot floor-to-ceiling mural of impressionist flowers in the dialysis unit. The patient response was overwhelming. The nurses even said there were quite a few little disputes on which dialysis chairs had the best views. We've learned art offers a sense of healing. So when Anise and the first board asked me to chair the first gala, I thought, isn't this wonderful? Access to fine art for the families on the north side of Houston. The Foleys are in.
Now more than ever, we see how much we need art to help us connect and reflect as a community. All of us are enduring the uncertainty of the pandemic and suffering the disruption of social relationships and the isolation of quarantine from friends and family. During these times, we long for the return of normalcy. The Pearl is an integral part of that.
Rick and I are so happy to have been a part of the Pearl's inception and love seeing it bloom and grow within our community. We especially love watching it reach the hearts and minds of so many students. We look forward to its continuous presence in our lives. So please help the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts continue to reach our community by contributing to our virtual gala. Wishing you all much love, good health from our Pearl family. G'day, y'all. How do you value access to art and to knowledge of it? Well, my husband Bob and I are certainly not experts in art other than to join a pile of wood and screws together and create a pretty nice little chair. But we appreciate art in many forms. Also, as veterans, we understand the priceless value and enormous cost of the freedoms of expression and access inherent in creating, displaying, and enjoying art.
Hello, friends. We're meeting at the Fallen Warriors Memorial about 3 miles west of the museum on Cutton Road. It is a peaceful garden setting where monuments, benches, and trails create a moving memorial to Texans who gave their all. The Fallen Warriors Memorial was conceived, funded, and brought to life through the joint efforts of people, organizations, and governmental bodies of Northwest Harris County. In like fashion, the Pearl Fincher Museum came into being through a similar effort. While one memorializes lives given and prices paid for an ideal, the other grasps that ideal and displays a creative aspect of it, offering wonderful exhibits, classes, lectures, and events freely for all ages.
In my many years as a residential realtor in the area, a multitude of people from other parts of the country and the world have asked me why they should consider the Cypress Creek communities as their new home. I am always quick to list off in detail what community has to offer, stressing the Pearl with its unique exhibits and just how rare and wonderful it is to have a fine art museum easily accessible to schools, teachers, and families. Knowing that visual performance and production art are available to area residents without having to drive an hour into town is a powerful influence on people. In my opinion, art brings good neighbors and increases values anywhere you look. Most of us will never create a piece of museum quality art, but every one of us can provide an entree to visual art which just might lead to a child to become the artist who produces a modern masterpiece. Don't miss your opportunity to be a part of this great adventure. Please join Bob and me by becoming museum members and donating to the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts. You will be glad you did. Thank you.
Well, we've been entertained. We have seen great things going on in our midst, and as we're standing here in the Pearl, we realize that we have a pearl of great price right here in our community. The problem, though, with a pearl of great price is a price must be paid in order to obtain and to keep that pearl. And we do have that opportunity right now to raise that price so that we can keep this living gem in our midst. And to help us keep and maintain this pearl of great price, I now give you Dr. Cobb, who's going to share with us some opportunities on what you can do in our silent auction to help us keep the pearl of great price.
The commissioner told you about the Pearl and all of the good that the Pearl does. But what does your support do for our community? Well, it provides free admission to everybody in our community to come and see the wonderful art. It provides art education from everybody from school children up to senior adults. It provides a venue to have summer camps for children. It provides family days once a month. It provides drop-in Wednesdays during the summer. So all of these things that happen at the Pearl are because of your support. And we are launching a new venture. We are launching the Pearl Fincher School of Art. And that's going to be a new thing that's going to take us to the next level of education in our community. From the beginning of the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts, education has been a key component of what we are building for our community. We have had great educators support the Pearl, all the way from elementary schools up through the college level. And I'm pleased to introduce two of them who are our board members this evening. Dr. Jenny McGowan, the superintendent of the Klein Independent School District, and Dr. Shaw Ardalan, the president of Lone Star College University Park.
My name is Dr. Jenny McGowan, and I'm thankful to serve as the Superintendent of Schools in Klein ISD, as well as being a member of the Pearl Fincher Board of Directors. I'm coming to you from beautiful French Elementary, a Klein ISD school known for its excellence in fine arts integration across all subject areas, and we are proud to say that all students in Klein ISD, as part of their core curricular experience, have the opportunity to demonstrate creativity and innovation, as well as critical thinking and problem solving through art, music, dance, theater, and creative writing. As you may know, Klein ISD has a long tradition of excellence in the arts, and among numerous other honors, our district has been named a District of Distinction by Texas Art Educators Association, which honors school districts that are leading the way in the visual arts, and a Best Community for Music Education by the NAMM Foundation for 10 consecutive years. In Klein ISD, we believe in the importance of art and the mission of the Pearl Fincher Museum to provide first-hand experiences with exemplary artwork and to provide exceptional educational experiences for our children. I am proud to say that many of our wonderful art teachers in Klein ISD have partnered with the museum to enhance art education for our students and our community. And we are certainly looking forward to continuing our tradition of Klein Art Days, when every third grader in Klein ISD gets the opportunity to see world-class art on display at the beautiful Pearl Museum. A great education provides children with the opportunity to achieve their personal best. Our Klein community is blessed with excellent schools and outstanding arts programs. Art transforms the learning environment through self-discovery, challenges student creativity, and encourages student engagement. Art teaches students to observe and to connect with themselves and with others, thereby creating opportunities for sharing something that is very personal and enhances mutual understanding and empathy. For all of human history, the arts have intersected with education strongly and inextricably. Each of the art disciplines carries forward a civilization's history, teaches lessons, and celebrates individual and collective heritage. Art teaches beyond what words can communicate. Art unites, art connects, art heals, providing a comprehensive education for our children, both in and outside of school. Studies repeatedly show the positive effects on students when the arts are part of a well-rounded education. Access to art can create paths to future opportunities in a variety of fields, and given all that art can do, all children deserve the opportunity to be empowered through first-hand experiences with great art and a strong arts education. The Pearl Fincher Museum is an important community resource that supports and amplifies fine art and art education. My husband Brian and I are very happy to support Pearl Fincher Museum and are grateful to have such a gem in the heart of the Klein community. We encourage your generous support.
It is an honor and privilege to be a member and a supporter of the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts. Both our college and the Pearl Museum have been partners in education and innovation for many years. We know learning doesn't stop when you finish college. The Pearl has been enriching lives regardless of age, race, and socioeconomic backgrounds and status. The Pearl has served as a resource and a catalyst for our community's diversity, inclusion, and equity. The Pearl is a local resource with a global reach. Based on its vision and backed by its solid track record, the Pearl is poised to transform lives using technology and innovation. The Pearl will transform how we appreciate art and how we interact with artists. While the Pearl's doors must remain open through technology and innovation, the Pearl is in every home, in our community, and across the globe. Now, every child or adult can invite Pearl to their home, their church, their school, or their community. All they need is an open mind and internet. As a college president and member of this community, I have seen the positive impact the Pearl has on people's lives. With your support, and by combining art and technology, the Pearl will transform lives in new and innovative ways. Pearl is this community's museum, and it needs your support. Thank you.
Cheers, from our home to your home. Barbara and I are happy to have you in our home to help celebrate the Pearl's first virtual gala. Everyone deserves to be surrounded by the beauty and creativity and wonder of art, and the Pearl has been enriching our lives with unique exhibits of art for the past 12 years.
Thanks to the leadership of Keith Barber, Houston Methodist Willowbrook Hospital is a pace setter in integrating the arts into the hospital environment, where art has become a powerful support for healing and caregiving. I hope you've been enjoying the evolving of the magnificent mural, which expresses our gratitude to the dedicated frontline workers for their sacrifices for the health of our community. It only seems appropriate that we turn to art to express the community's heartfelt thanks in return. To Keith and your team, on behalf of the Pearl Fincher Museum and the entire community, thank you.
As we enjoy these special moments with you, we come to one of the most important moments in our event. It is time for us to fill the hearts of the museum with our own personal donation. Barbara and I are standing in front of one of our favorite artists. This is a painting that's called Underhanded. We're not trying to be underhanded in asking for donations, but this painting represents to me the potential that can be opened with the Pearl Museum with your support, and we appreciate that. We hope that each one of you will help us in this endeavor. Thank you.
We just talked about all the things that your support can bring to our community through the Pearl. So what do you do tonight? How do you provide for that support? I want to highlight one of our wonderful auction items. It is a cruise in Galveston Bay on the 74-foot yacht of Captain Ed Piney, and a gourmet dinner for 8 people. Carol and I will be the assistants to the chef, Captain Ed, and this will be a wonderful evening for everybody. And we have been on the Champagne, and it is a great boat and something that'll be a truly unique experience for your group. So please consider that and bid high on that. Now, I know personally there are a lot of great auction items because they have been at our house for the last number of months with the auction committee putting them together. So please look at your phone, go find some of these great items that you would like, and put your bids in for them. Thank you.
It is an anchor in our community. In just a 1/8 section right there on 1/8 of a mile section right there on Cypress Wood, we have the Pearl Museum, we have the Centrum, we have the Bush Library, we have Collins Park, and of course we have the Cypresswood Courthouse. We have art, we have worship, we have knowledge, we have recreation, and we have justice, all together in a very short segment on Cypresswood. And so when they're all open and running, a community has connection and hope and really a sense that we're okay. And right now, we need a lot more of knowing that we're okay these days. So folks, let's talk about why we are here tonight. To help raise money for the Pearl, our Pearl. And so let's first talk about our Fill the Heart campaign. This is how we keep the Pearl operating with all the wonderful programs that go on. You'll see those donating tonight on your screens at home. Your gifts, as has been mentioned, make the Pearl Fincher Museum possible and the exhibitions free for all. Now our goal tonight for Fill the Heart is $50,000 and $50,000 in addition to our fantastic auction. Now already tonight I can see that we have raised $13,306. Absolutely amazing. Some amazing folks that have donated tonight: Arlene Graff, Michael Cozart, Amanda Koch, Coach, Clara Lewis, our own Clara Lewis, Shannon Jacobson, Calvin Cobb, and Grace England. So many people that are giving of their efforts and their resources tonight. Now, there is nothing like a Pearl Gala auction for amazing items. Normally, we're together in person doing these things, but tonight we're going to do it virtually. But you'll have an opportunity to bid right from your own home. And we have a great one again this year, thanks to you as well as thanks to two wonderful ladies, Delinda Murray and Carol Cobb. Thank you so much for being such extraordinary auction coordinators. Delinda and Carol, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, we have tonight, you'll see some premier wines, parties, trips, dining, sports items, and more. And so here are just some of the items that I'm going to go over, featured, that you're not going to want to miss. Our first one tonight is that we have a Cabo San Lucas vacation home. It's 1 week at this beautiful home. Look at that, at the Villa de Playa Spectacular Beachfront Home. Now this villa boasts 5 bedrooms, 6.5 bathrooms, and is right on the beach in Cabo San Lucas. We have had this terrific trip before, and the winners, each time they've come back, they've all raved about the experience. This is one of the highlights of the Pearl Gala every year. So folks at the Pearl, as you know how to party. We even have an amphibious adventure, as Calvin mentioned, Ed Piney's Galveston Dinner Cruise, and the Cobbs will be a part of the crew on that beautiful ship right there. Now, we know that COVID-19 has produced many things, but one of the things it's produced is a new army of wine connoisseurs. Now, I am told that the COVID will make 3 things of anybody: a hunk, a chunk, or a drunk. Now, we don't have anybody like that at the Pearl, but you can still have some great wine here, all right? So, with these great wine packages in the auction, we're seeing a lot of activity. So check out online the stunning array of fine premium wines. So I want to go back and look at our Fill the Heart campaign. You've already been giving so much already. So in just a 4-minute period since the last time I looked at this, we are now at $21,981. Elizabeth Nagar has donated. Thank you so much. Buddy Bolt, Lori Scott, thank you. Mary Davis, again. Catherine Lanier Hunt, awesome people. Cheryl Damarant and Millie Nicopolis. So thank you all for what you're doing to keep our Pearl alive and well. And so at the Pearl, we have more one-of-a-kind parties than any other organization, parties you don't want to miss. Our first is Champagne Chic, right here. It is an elegant champagne party. It's a seated dinner for 16, and champagne blind tasting at the home of Barbara and Dr. Rusty Schlotman, who you've heard from tonight. Thank you, Schlotmans. We also have a seafood dinner party by the pond. Another great gathering for this auction at the home of our own Carol and Calvin Cobb. This is for 20 people. It's a seafood dinner at their home by this beautiful pond. And what a beautiful home they have. Another wonderful opportunity to get together, and we can certainly use that, is this wonderful soiree. Frances Stetson is hosting a soiree at her gorgeous castle on the lake in Champions. Lavish food station dinner catered by Behind the Bash. This is for 16 guests, including a full bar, entertainment, and a great number of other things that you'll have there as well. So there's so many things that you have opportunities to bid on tonight. Now, it's only been a few minutes. We're going to go back and look at our Fill the Heart campaign and see where we are. All right, so we're at $22,931. Again, our goal is to get to $50,000, both in the auction as well as our Fill the Heart campaign. So this, folks, is what keeps the Pearl running and free, and again, gives hope to our community. Now we're going to go to one other item that's up for auction, and this one is near and dear to my heart because it is offered by a dear friend, Representative Sam Harless. And so Sam Harless has offered to give a private tour of the Texas State Capitol in Austin. Sam and his wife Patricia, who is also our former state representative from this district, are two wonderful people who are offering their time and their talents to everyone. So take advantage of this, a personal tour from our own Sam Harless. Sam, thank you, and we love you and we appreciate you. And so our next item In case you haven't heard, folks, we have an election coming up this year. You may have been living under a rock. Maybe you can't decide who to vote for in November. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I can tell you you may have another option as a write-in candidate. You can vote for Willie Nelson for president. Not really, but here is a poster for Willie Nelson for president. Willie Nelson signed and framed for president poster with his vice presidential candidate, Paul English. That was Willie's drummer. So if Willie wins, he's moving the capital to Luckenbach. I just to let you know that right now. So please bid on this beautiful poster. It's a great part of Texas history, as is Willie. Golf fans out there, here are some masterful sports items for you. Masters flag displays from golf legends, Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, and there's even an original Masters flag from our own community icon and neighbor, Jackie Burke, whom we all love and adore. That's all in tonight's auction. Please bid. Jackie Burke is a treasure to our community, and how he would feel to feel that he is donating his abilities and his signature to the Pearl. So artwork. What is a Pearl Gala auction without amazing artwork? Look at this beautiful photograph by Don Pine. Absolutely gorgeous. This can be yours. Don's landscape and nature photography will actually be featured in the Pearl's Fall exhibition opening September 19th in the Cole Gallery, and selections from the Gary Leach collection of American art in the main gallery. So we've got something for everybody, including children. So for the kiddos, our favorite Aussie, Pam Hughes, has created her famous Adirondack chairs from hand-painted frogs and butterflies by Joella Wheeler. Absolutely beautiful, Pam. Well done. I didn't know you did this. You know I have daughters. Come on. Auction continues tomorrow evening through 6 p.m. So you don't have to end your bidding tonight. We'll end tomorrow at 6 p.m. So keep going, keep checking back to see where the bids are, and keep those bids coming. So let's go back and check where we are in our Fill the Heart campaign. In just 3 minutes, folks, we have gone up $5,000. We can do this. We can do this. The Pearl is going to stay where it is and be what it is because of your generosity. Right now, we are $44 short of $27,000. So keep those bids coming in. If you don't want to go to Cabo San Lucas, that's okay. You can donate just a little amount. It doesn't matter the amount to keep the Pearl the beautiful museum that it is right there on Cypresswood. So keep your auction bids coming. And because of the virtual nature of this event, we are keeping the auction open through tomorrow, Sunday, August 9th, as I mentioned, and it will close at 6 p.m. Auction item winners will be notified by text messages. Items will be ready to be picked up at the museum on Monday, August 10th at 10 a.m. So, again, our goal tonight is to Fill the Heart campaign with $50,000 and $50,000 from our auction. We're well on our way. Keep those bids coming in, folks. Now, we're off to a special moment here that we normally have in person, but we're going to have a raffle drawing. The moment has arrived for us to draw the winner of the beautiful Ben Bridge diamond necklace, and the lovely Clara Lewis is going to bring that here and let us know who our winner is. And the winner of the beautiful Ben Bridge diamond necklace is Thomas Sparks. Well done, Thomas. I'm sure you're clapping at home. I can hear you from here. So we have a bonus drawing tonight. Congratulations, Thomas. We have a bonus drawing tonight. We have a lucky winner to announce whose name has been selected from everybody who's registered for tonight's event. So everybody has an opportunity to win tonight. Our gala co-chairs, Anise Watsky and Elizabeth Nagar, wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in. And so they have donated a $200 Grubhub gift certificate to where you can order food to your home. That's Grubhub. And right now, that's in high demand. And so a $200 gift certificate from Grubhub from Anise Watsky and Elizabeth Nagar. And the winner of this is, thank you, Clara. The winner is Marge Patton. Congratulations to you, Marge. $200. I'll make sure I get your address from Clara soon, all right, to know where to come and eat. Thank you so much, and congratulations. So, folks, thank you for your support. We appreciate all of you so much. Everything that you do to keep those donations coming in, to keep the Pearl what it is, and really to keep hope alive in our part of Harris County, to keep art in the heart of Northwest Houston. We cannot do it without your continued support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's look one more time before we wrap up at our Fill the Heart. My goodness, we're at $32,006 in Fill the Heart. And so, folks, we have so many great donors here. As I mentioned, Catherine Lanier Hunt is on there, Donna Meachel, Keith Barber doing great work at Methodist, Don Pine doing great work with his camera, Megan McHugh, thank you so much, Kathleen Fowler. You have continued in what you do and your giving in keeping the Pearl alive and well. And so we're at $32,000, another $18,000, and we will have reached our goal. And I know we're going to do it thanks to you. So we'll be sending out follow-up communications to let you know our final tally and posting the names of our supporters on the Pearl website. Thank you again, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of your wonderful evening. Thank you, Anise, Elizabeth, Carol Cobb, and Delinda Murray, and everyone who made this first ever virtual gala such a great evening. God bless you and Godspeed. Thanks to Commissioner Cactus Jack Cagle and Calvin Cobb, our MCs. Back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a part of our first and hopefully last virtual gala honoring the Pearl Museum. It is such a delight to be here, and we have had such fun virtually gathering with you.
We want to especially thank our honorees, Tom Brown and the Hamill Foundation, and thank all of you who have contributed to this wonderful evening. And we want to remind you, if you haven't yet completed your donation to the Pearl, please know that you can do that and see your name scrolling by. And also know that because of our virtual world, the auction will stay open until Sunday night, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So you have an opportunity there. So we thank all of you.
And we thank you whose names are scrolling in this virtual world around us as you and I speak. What a beautiful evening at the Pearl. Thank you for participating and helping to obtain the price that we need to keep the great Pearl. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good night.
Good night.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.